Dave, can
Yeah.
you discuss what Connor McDavid has done since those three Toronto games where he didn't get a point, and also the role that Ryan Nugent Hopkins played on those two goals, and what he gives to this team on a lot of nights when some nights he doesn't hit the score sheet.
Well, Connor's game is, it's been really solid all year. Even the Toronto games, he didn't get on the score sheet, but if you look at the chances he was creating and stuff, there was still lots to like about his game. So he's, when he capitalizes, people notice that more, and he capitalizes a lot. So he has an impact on the game. Nuge is just a real good, smart player. Nuge does a lot of things that go unnoticed probably by a lot of people, but end up, they really help our team be successful. So you need good players to give yourself a chance to win, and both those guys are real good players.
You also talk about Connor seems to well, his shot total is up this year, but he also seems to have that no look move evolved to a point where it's maybe even an extra weapon. Can you describe the evolution of that?
You know what? His offensive abilities and different ways to create offenses is off the charts. What I like most about him this year is he's come in with a real determined mindset to defend well, be a real good, solid player in our own end, and our whole coaching staff talks about it every day. How much he's dug into playing a real winning style of game, and I think there was some criticism in the summer towards him and Draisaitl was I didn't think was warranted, but he's taken it to heart and he's turned into a much better 200-foot player. And so you notice the great things he does in the game offensively, but he is a solid defender, a dependable player in our own zone. And he doesn't get enough credit for that. So I agree with you. The great stuff he does with the offensive abilities and the different weapons he has, but the ability for him to play in critical situations, not just offensively but defensively, is really coming out in his game, and it's helping our team win.
Ryan Rashog, TSN.
Just bouncing off that idea, Dave, was that really evident tonight? Like, I know he got the two goals, but it seemed like his attention to detail defending tonight, like he was all over that part of it when you guys, were defending that lead.
You know what? It's a tough game. I mean, tougher. It looked like, for lack of a better way to put it, a muddy track out there, and it was both teams playing last night, getting in late, and it was one of those games where one or two plays was probably going to dictate the outcome, whether it be a save or a capitalize on an opportunity. And Connor capitalized on two opportunities for us, and it was the difference in the game. So, but other than that, you in a game like that, you just got to stay with it. You can't. You got to try to give up as little as you can, and fatigue becomes a factor. But you try to muscle through as best you can, and when you get a lead, you try to muscle it through and get it to the end, and that's what we did.
So you got a minute left in the game, and you're looking down your bench. Some of the choices are obvious. You throw Puljujarvi over the boards. Does he become an easy and a more obvious choice in that situation? Since when you first started coaching him earlier this year.
Well, I didn't know him. Now you get to know him. You see what he does in a game. His work ethic and physical play is phenomenal. Like he's a hard player to play against, and he's improved his wall play. I mean, his attention to detail, defending has really improved. So he's a hard player. He's a hard player. Like he's a real good player, and I don't think people recognize how hard he plays all the time, whether it's in front of their net or on the wall or back checking. I mean, he's a competitive player, and those are the kind of players you need in situations like that.
Rob Chakowski, Post Media.
Hi, Dave. In a condensed season, and I mean, I guess maybe more importantly with the playoffs on the horizon, how valuable is it for a coach to be able to roll four lines of guys out there that he can trust?
Well, it's as a coach, you love it when you trust everybody, but you know, if you look at the schedule, you really don't have much choice. You know, there's just it's it's taxing on players. So you're trying to maximize each player. You know, jumping in the lineup tonight, we put Nygaard and Jones in just to try to give us a little more speed in the lineup. They both come in. They were you know, they're solid, not spectacular. They're just solid. So you're looking for some fresh legs, some fresh energy. You know, and the ability to. And in games like this, you have to use everybody if you're going to try to be successful. So that's one of the things the taxi squad has done for us this year. You have people that are anxious to play, and when they jump in, they can give you a little extra energy on back-to-back nights.
And you've made mention about your team's improvement on team defense. There have been a lot of coaches come through here to try and get the Oilers to commit to that. Why is it taking hold now, and how much more do you have to go on that front?
Oh, you're always looking to improve on that, but it's you know, just like I talked about earlier, when Connor and Leon are buying into it, and it's all about winning. You know, to win, you have to be able to defend. You can't win in the playoffs if you can't defend. So it's recognizing we have to be a good defending team, a good 5-on-5 team if we're going to have a chance to be successful in the playoffs. And that's not me saying it. It's the players recognizing it and doing it.
Eric Van Dies, Post Media.
Hey, Dave, I just wanted a quick thought on Mikko Koskinen tonight. It looks like when he makes a good first or second save early in the game, he kind of settles in, and I thought he was really good for you guys tonight.
He was solid, just really solid, you know, and that's what you're asking for. A tough turnaround. You know, you're asking a lot from your goaltender. You know your team is. You're hoping it's going to be a low event game because, you know, both teams are tired. But that being said, there's going to be some fatigue come into the game and probably some plays coming against them. You're going to need some stops from your goaltender, and that's what he did tonight. He gave us a chance to win.
Thanks, Dave.